So I finally began working on my BMW E30 again after way too long. Figured that'd probably be a good time to give you guys an update. So there we go. Probably gonna make this one take, so don't have to edit it or something. Just gonna upload it from my phone. So here we go. All right. So I'm not even sure what was the last update I gave you guys on that, but I know for sure this intake was not on there. So where do I even start? Okay, so the engine is in. So you guys remember we did have an SR20 in there. Now I have it. All right, now I have a 2jz GE motor. As you can see, still has the GE intake. So the engine is in, already painted up everything. You can see a harness in there. Let me break down what I did over the last few months. So engine is in. Automatic trans is not in, but prior to that, in fact, for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that the intake manifold setup I had was different. So with the GEs, you can use this bottom portion of the intake manifold, or all of this just bolts together, and then you can buy a plenum. Plenum goes here, blah blah blah. You have a 19mm throttle body, which is the setup most people use. But in the back here, hopefully you can get a good view of this. See the hole there? I ended up having to remove the brake master. Just trying to get everything situated, and what I ended up let's go there. I can show you here. So this is the plenum. So what ended up happening was the back of here was fouling against the brake master. So what I did, I took it out. Been scratching my head as to what I intend to do. For now, I think the plan is to re-drill all of this and offset it maybe an inch or so to the corner. But for now, I still don't see how I'm going to fit any power brakes, any power assisted brakes, vacuum assisted brakes, sorry. So insert this one. So this one fits perfectly. I have more than enough space with a manual brake master here. So that is the plan for now. The only difficulty with that is now the turbo. Let's go on the other side. The turbo and the intake will be on the same side. Not really a problem if you start in from scratch, but for me, as you can see down here, I have a conventional intercooler. So intercooler pipe is supposed to come out through there. Now I need both of these will need to be run here of some sort, or do some trickery with the piping. So that just adds one layer of complexity. So this is taken care of, brake master, but now this but small issues. I do have the what's it called, eBay special T4 GE 2jz GE manifold. You can see in there we did some porting because the welding in there is absolutely horrible on those knockoff manifolds. So I recommend, in retrospect, just buy a good manifold, don't buy the scrap. But we'll make it work because I already have it here. What else? I took off the distributor. I'm gonna run it to begin with, but I took it off for now. And lastly, well, not lastly, but you can see the intake not the intake, sorry, the harness. I already began cleaning it up. I just need to finish the looming. I did use the factory Supra harness, and I just knit it up a bit. On the end here, I need to cut this piece there and then add the ECU connector of choice. I have a few ECUs that I want to use. I'm not sure what I'm going to do for now, so I'm just going to leave it as that. I have about 3 different ECUs that I can use. The trans is not in. This has what has pretty much slowed me down for a couple months. So as you can see, Kai's on a jack stand here, and this is me just dragging the transmission under there to get there. This is not a one-man job, and I live pretty much in isolation. Hardly anyone lives next to me. So this guy has been a pain. So finally I just got up with some motivation because the year is done and pretty much the car is not ready yet. So you can see the dry shaft chilling at the back there. So I'm just making it there. I'm gonna try to, let me show you under there. So the trans, I dropped the steering rack because I have to rebuild that as well. So you can see under there, trans is there, and the engine. So it needs to go forward about a foot. and be lifted into place, and that is the difficult part. So I'm not sure I'm going to do this by hand. I think these trends weigh about, I would say, easily 300 pounds. So it's not something you can just bench press, no matter how buff I look. So that is Judas. That is Judas. But most people know the car as Judas. I just call it the E30. But that is the latest with it. I am hoping, I really hope today is the, what's today's date? Today might be the 16th or the 18th, not sure. I'm really hoping that I can at least hang the trans in there for now. All right, so I think I got a call. So I'm not sure what I said last. It's really hot. So I think I'm going to hang my plan is to at least hang the engine in there before the year is done, and I did. Last one. I have some trickery to do with that. We'll probably cover it in the next video, but bought a T3 turbo, so I'm essentially modifying a T3 turbo to convert it to a T4. Maybe I should show you guys that. One sec. Alright, so this is one half of the turbo. The other part of the turbo is not important. So originally it had a T3 flange, so I cut it up. And I also have a T4 flange that is going to bolt up to the manifold right here. And my intent is just to weld the turbine housing onto the T4 flange, and the rest will just go into there. So that's one way of doing it if you have the access to the parts and I guess a welder. I bought a welder, so I'm going to teach myself how to weld. I haven't welded in ages, and hopefully weld up everything. So it's gonna be phase one. Just really want to get the car working. After that, turbo is gonna change, manifold is probably gonna change, and a bunch of stuff. But for now, for everyone who has been asking, still under the knife. I have not touched that car in God knows how long. So yeah, the year is done. Let's see what we can do before the year is up, and at least let's start 2025 off with a bang.